This is a story from a few years ago. So I was around 6 years old when this happened. My parents, some friends of my parents and their children, with my granddad, we decided to go on a hiking trip. My grandpa is a professional and he was the only one who knew the directions to get where we wanted to get. So we were all relying on him. We hiked for a few hours, one or two. Of course, we made pauses for drinks, food, we took some pictures, everyone was having fun. And at the end, we decided to head back. At this point, it was my granddad, one of the moms, and the kids. And the kids were way older than me, and they were talking about school and other stuff, and I just wasn't interested in that, and I was very bored. My grandpa was also talking to the mother, so I didn't know what to do. So I decided to wait for my dad and my mom, because my dad always told me stories when I was bored, fun stories. And I told my granddad that I wanted to sit under the tree to wait for them, but he didn't hear me because he was in a deep conversation with the mom. So I just decided not to tell them, not to try to tell them again, and just sit under the tree. I waited for a good 15 minutes until I realized that I was screwed and that I was waiting for something that wasn't coming. So I started panicking and crying, and yeah, it was not good. So imagine a little 6-year-old girl sitting in a field under a tree crying and just sobbing. That was me. I was only in a tank top and some shorts, so it was very cold for me since it was getting dark and cold, and I was freezing and sobbing. It was not good. Luckily, a man saw me, and at first I was scared of him because it was very dark and he looked scary. He was holding something in his hands that looked like a weapon. But yeah, I was very scared of him. So when the man saw that I was crying, the expression on his face softened and he tried to talk to me. So he asked me what I was doing there all alone, sitting in the dark, and I told him, and he asked me who my grandparents were, and I told him, and he said that he knew them, so he rang my grandma, and my grandma told him that my mom took like another shortcut with my dad and the other parents, and the man knew where the shortcut was, so luckily he could he bring me to them, and it was all good. I hugged my dad. I did get in a bit of trouble for not listening to my granddad, but yeah, it was all good, even though it started raining, but I was with my parents, so that was good. Could you imagine what would have happened if the man wasn't passing by?